This is a science video, so don't watch it if you don't like science. It's going to be purely science. It's all about this idea I'm working on about pressures. And I just had this really good idea how to reverse pressure. Okay. So as you go, I'm working, it's 4 a.m., busy life. As you go into the ocean, the pressures condense and things get tighter, but they're really not tight around you. They're tight for themselves because of the gradients on themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not a constant pressure because theoretically water cannot create pressure because even in volume and mass and weight, it can't create its own constant because it's a fluid, right? And fluids in their own stability state that fluids can have bubbles, and bubbles have no pressure because they have no resistance, right? So what if we were able to bubble a ship, right? Well, okay, let me back up. What if we had a sonic generator, right, that worked on an exploratory ship to look at the bottom of the ocean and really get a good look at that? And it put a waveform through it that was sonic, and the sonic waveform was the equalization of the pressure. So, vibrational tendencies have a... Okay, let me back up a little bit theoretically. All right. Theoretically, nothing touches. Okay. Now just get that theory into your head. If I touch your hand and I shake your hand, I never touched you. Now, if I had wetness on my hand, it might cross over and touch your wetness and it can absorb back into my skin. But physically, my bonded material is mine and your bonded material is yours. And we don't exchange like that. So, that being said, bonded materials don't actually get infused unless they can be infused. And so if you create a static waveform around your ship, right? So let's say you actually had a ship, right, a dynamic that was slowly moving inside of another ship that was creating a static wall between the two of them. So this rotating ship on the inside was creating a static wall that went through the outside layer of the second ship. You could actually create a waveform on the outside of that ship that would equalize the pressure gradient of the water, because this little tiny amount here creates enough energy as fast as it goes to repel that, because that is not attracted to this at all, so it doesn't recognize it, and then this becomes a bubble. You know what I'm saying? So it's there, but it doesn't have permeability. Get it? And so the permeability, right, the ability to, and so pressure gradients are based on that. So you're going into the middle of something that has a lot of pressure, but all you're trying to do is just take the pressure off by creating the same amount of reverse energy on the outside at a different spectrum so they equalize. And then when you have that harmonic balanced, then you can go into different types of masses, because literally there is nothing conjoined to one thing or another, and there's no thing greater in this universe than just one thing, because the singular unit is how everything works at the smallest level. And if we go down there, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in 80 years or 120 years when we get this done, whatever, wherever you are, gosh, what could we find? They talk about old cities down there and stuff. I mean, what if you got down there and there's other temples? What if there was an explanation for why everybody was making a square that was a triangle in a circle? Why was it so important to make a square that had 4 triangles ring in a circle? Why is it so important to ring it in a circle? That's another thing that you should know. But if you don't explore your own world, why go other places, right?